My biggest problem in Minecraft is that I cannot PvP. So in today's video, I'm gonna build a giant arena to help me get better at any PvP types. What's up everybody, this is Blueberry, and in today's video we're gonna be building the Colosseum. And with me in the intro we got Sewing, Peyton, Sky. But anyways, today's video is gonna be a real pain for me. So in my last video I had a couple of people's names. So in my basement there's gonna be Purpleberry, after me, Metro, then Zap67, Alana, and to finish up, Katie Burton. So this is all of the people that are in my basement now. If you want to be in my basement, just comment down your username. If you want to join Kmart's SMP, you're gonna have to go follow Kmart's TikTok, because the only way to join this SMP is by watching his TikTok lives and waiting for him to share the IP address. So make sure to go follow Kmart's TikTok. The link to his TikTok will be in my description. Alright, so once again, the first thing I want to do is terraform this whole thing, make it all flat, so that way I can have the best building space for the Colosseum, or whatever it's told like. But to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this whole thing alone, so let's ask help in the server. Alright, so I'm not too sure if there's anybody that's actually willing to help me. With that being said, I'm gonna start digging from here all the way to over there, so wish me luck. There we go. So as you can see, it is all flat. It took me and some players about 4 hours to make this whole place flat. And as you can see with the schematic, it's going to be a pretty big build. And over here is like the main entrance. Like when you come here, you're going to have to walk up those and you're going to get in here. I think the floor is like a level under. Oh wait, ignore all of this redstone. But basically, yeah, as you can see, it's going to be a pretty big arena zone, so it's going to be perfect for PvP. And here, as you can see, we're going to need a lot of materials for that build. But before getting the materials, as you saw underneath, we're not completely done. If I dig this part out, you'll see that there's sand, so I'm just gonna like quickly dig out the circle in here. Alright, so as you can see, I did dig down the PvP arena, but basically before getting the materials, I want to clear out this whole area for the future redstone parts. And underneath here, there's going to be like some kind of prison, so I'm also going to have to dig all of this down in the future. But for now, let's just concentrate on the circle. There we go. So as you can see, I am done digging. So now the next step is going to be the material list. But first, I'm going to organize all of my shulkers in here. Oh my days, I was muted when I recorded this, but basically I turned all of the andesite that was given to me by Reynolds. I turned everything into polished andesite, and yeah, that was all of the boring stuff that I did while I was muted. Oh my gosh, bro, I don't know if I just muted my mic, but if I did, I'm just gonna voice over it. But anyways, we have all of the polished andesite that we need. I think I'm gonna put all of the materials in this chest. The next thing we're gonna need is smooth stone slabs. So I need about 6.5 shulkers of smooth stone slabs. So I'm just gonna get 4 shulkers of stone, smelt it, and then turn it into slabs. The reason why I came to the mountain is because there's all of this stone. So I can basically just fill everything up just like this super easily. So once again, all of the shulkers are full. And here, as you can see, we are at Small Knight's auto smelter. Small Knight's super smelter, my bad. Please don't touch, not enough fuel. Oh well. Spruce planks. I'm gonna bring 4 shulkers full of spruce planks. At some point at the tree farm, I did AFK for quite some bit, and we have a lot of spruce logs. So basically I can just get a shulker of spruce logs, and I don't even know why I put it there. But if we do this, I can change all of the spruce logs into spruce planks. And now I can put everything in those shulkers. There we go. And now we have 4 shulkers full of spruce planks. So now I have all of the 4 shulkers. Over here is where you put the fuel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop all of the spruce logs. I'm just gonna do it all in one shot instead. Never mind, it does not all fit in one shot. Alright, so wait, for some reason only one of the two is working, not the other. Now I'm trying to find out why. Alright, wait, let me just try something. It's when it's full. Let me just try out 3 stacks. Alright, I think I fixed it. I don't know what the hell happened. Alright, so yeah, see, they're both working pretty well right now. Alright, so now I'm just gonna fill the whole chest with everything that I have, and then I'm gonna start smelting. So I emptied all of my fuel. Oh, wait, never mind. So I emptied all of my fuel shulkers. There's some hopper minecarts missing. I'm gonna have to go get some minecarts. So much to travel, bro. There we go. So now I have them. That's 1, that's 2. So here's my shulkers. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna start cooking everything. Oh wait, why are they stuck there? I think I fixed it. Looks like it. Alright, bro, why am I actually stuck? How do I get out? Oh wait. I did not panic for no reason. There was a reason, I think. Anyway, so now this is gone here. Where's the other minecart? I got no idea. I actually love this design. It's not overflowing or anything. I'd love to have that kind of thing in my own base. There we go. So as you can see, we have 4 shulker boxes full of smooth stone. I always have some trouble saying it. But anyways, so now we're gonna pull out everything, and then I'm gonna fill it back inside of the shulkers. That didn't really take that long. And now, as you can see, we have enough smooth stone slabs. The next thing we'll need is sand, which is 2.5 shulker box. But luckily my teammate has some kind of sand duper, so hopefully I can find some somewhere. Right here. That's not gonna be enough. I'm still gonna grab everything that I can, and I'm gonna try to look for sand. So I forgot that there is a public storage for the sand dupers, so I'm just gonna go over there right now. It's really not that far. As you can see, as soon as you spawn in, you just gotta go follow those blue torches, and there's gonna be the portal. And here is where should be all of the sand. I don't know if it's right here. Oh, there is some sand. So I'm just gonna do this, drop all of the sand. Oh boy, that is not enough. Oh wait, actually, let's see. Yep, we have just enough. The next thing we need is stone bricks. So about 2 shulker boxes of stone bricks. So I'm gonna go get some stone and turn it into stone bricks. So thankfully at the mountain of spawn, people did gather some resources. Just like that. There we go. So now that I have the 2 shulkers, I'm gonna drop everything once again and just redo what I've done like 5 times, but with stone bricks. And just like that, this is done. Oh boy. Alright, next thing we need is 2,300 redstone torch. So that's like 1 1/3 shulker box. So I'm about to clear up all of the wood chests because I'm about to make a lot of sticks. So this wasn't enough, so that might be too much. There we go. I'm gonna do all of this, and now let's see. Oh my days, what did I do? All of this was just enough. I just wasted so much wood for some sticks. And now I need redstone, but luckily there is plenty in here. There we go. So that's all of the materials. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop all of this. Now I'm gonna make redstone torches. There we go. So I got all of the redstone torches. Next thing I need is 2,215 quartz pillar. Oh my days, wait. That's definitely not enough. Oh my days, that is really not a lot. How am I gonna get this much quartz? So this thing doesn't work, but if I go over here, there's gonna be a big gold. Oh boy. There we go. So I took a lot of gold with me. So I'm not too sure about how this thing works. There we go. I'm lowering the volume for everybody. So I think gold goes in all of these. Let me text my teammate real quick. Alright, so my teammate said that I needed to divide the gold by 3 exactly. Alright, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm just like... Oh wait, never mind. Alright, so as we can see, it's 4 stacks and 8. So I'm gonna take it all back and divide it in the chests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam. There we go. So it's all done. And now I should just be able to flick this lever and it should work. Alright. Oh damn, where is the quartz again? There we go, right here. So I'm just gonna wait for this whole thing to finish, and right after that, well, I'll see where I'm at. Alright, so the whole thing is done. All of the gold has been distributed, and we did receive quite a lot of quartz. How many does this make? Still not enough. Well, since this isn't enough, I'm gonna have to come back here. And I'm gonna have to steal all of the gold blocks that we have. But don't worry, I'll AFK the gold farm overnight. Stepbro's uncle, I wanna apologize and hopefully you'll forgive me. Where in the hell is all of the gold? What the heck? There was way more than 8 blocks of gold. Somebody has been here 5 minutes ago. Wait, let me ask the chat. Oh my days, I got that on recording. Oh my days. She just saved my butt, bro. Pei is goated, bro. Last time she helped me quite a lot, and now she just saved me so much time. Alright, now I gotta turn everything into blocks. Blocks, I meant ingot. Alright, there we go. So now I'm gonna take all of this, put in the first chest. Yeah, this one. Oh wait, I got confused. Hold on. There we go. So that's divided by 3. So I'm gonna take everything. That was not everything. Alright, first chest. Here, I'm gonna do that for the next times. Alright, so I forgot to unmute my mic while recording, but I put the gold in all of the 3 double chests. And basically I'm gonna flick the lever and let it run for like quite some time. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a lot of quartz. Alright, so they're done trading. Let's see how many we got. Ooh, that is not bad. Let's see how many we got. That is really not a lot. So I think we're gonna have to find a better way. Alright, so I did my research and turns out that for the blocks of quartz that I need, I'm gonna need to trade a lot. But we also have a lot of blocks that we need to get, so we're gonna go ahead and get that first. So first is spruce planks. I'm gonna need about 2 shulker boxes. So that's done for the spruce planks. The next thing we'll need is 1,714 pistons. So in here I got a few, but really not enough. Oh boy, don't mind me, Pat. So after that I did a lot of work because I got a full shulkers of like redstone dust, iron ingots, cobblestone and planks. And it took quite a little while to craft all of the pistons because my inventory was a complete mess. But after some time, at the end of the day, I got all of the pistons crafted. Finally, after so long, I have all of the pistons that I need. Oh my god, that took a long time and now I gotta re-put everything where they were. Next thing I'm gonna need is 18 stacks of redstone repeaters. And then once again, this did take a lot of time because I had to craft redstone torches, get a lot of redstone dust and stone. Then I had to craft everything into repeaters, and it was quite a lot. And also in the server, repeaters are insanely laggy, so let's just hope that the mods and admins are okay with me doing all of this. And then the next day, since I AFK'd overnight at the gold farm from earlier, I did have quite a lot of gold, so now I could AFK the piglin farm for quite a little while. After a few days, there's this server member that wanted to help in building this whole colosseum. So what she did for me was actually really time saving for me. And basically what she did is almost give me a shulker full of quartz blocks so that I could turn into quartz pillars. So a huge shout out to Ducky Dubs for being a huge help in getting all of the quartz blocks. And now with all of the materials out of the way, we can start the building phase, in which I started by building the prisons. Alright, so now that we have all of the materials, we're gonna be able to start building. So first over there's gonna be some kind of prison, and all the way in the middle there's gonna be like some redstone stuff. It's basically gonna be super cool. Bruh, I think I forgot to record what I needed. But basically what I said is I'm gonna start with the prison, and for that I'm gonna need all of those materials. So stone brick stairs, beds, torches, and redstone torches. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna start right now before all of the mob spawns. Oh wait, should I use the replay mod? Yeah. There we go, so the 3 prisons are done. So basically, oh god dang it. So basically you go over there and there's like 2 cells that does not work because there's a redstone torch right under it. And the one in the middle basically looks like a giant tunnel with 2 other prisons on each side. But now with that out of the way, we gotta do the whole arena system that will basically make it able to turn from sand to water and water to sand in the flick of a lever. Alright, so for the redstone area, I'm gonna need a lot of redstone, repeaters, and then stone for the first layers. So now with everything that I have, I should be able to build all of this. But first I just want to sleep because the mobs are really annoying. And I know I'm not talking loudly, but that's because my grandma has like a client, and basically that means there's somebody in my house and they don't know that I'm here, and they cannot know, or she'll be like fired or something. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's just start placing every stone first. So I started placing all of the stone, and placing the stone didn't take that much time. And after that I went straight to building all of the redstone stuff, so here's the time lapse. Alright, so all of the redstone part is done. Now I need to place like some dirt or whatever right here hugging the pistons, because there's gonna be some water right above it. So basically I'm gonna go all the way over there, or actually let me just do spawn, and I'm gonna go over there, and over here there's a lot of cobblestone, which is gonna be our temporary block. Ignore the raid message, by the way, it's nothing too important. But basically now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place blocks just like this all around it. Now that this is done, if we put this layer to here, you're gonna see that there's gonna be some sand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that right now. Where is it? It's right here. Then I'm just gonna, there we go. So now this whole place is filled, and now when I do this, you're gonna see that there is you're gonna see that the water is placed onto the sand, and I'm just gonna place those. That way I'm gonna be able to place the water right away. So the andesite is right here. And now I'm just gonna place. There we go. And now that this is done, we gotta finish with the sand before placing the water. So I'm gonna take like a whole shulker, and I'm just gonna start placing it everywhere. There we go. So now that this whole circle is done, before placing any water, I just want to make sure that it actually works and that there wouldn't be any leakage. So that looks about right. This is supposed to go here. Let me try that again. This time I'm gonna make it go up. Everything looks good. Alright, now let me flick it again. So now it's all falling. And yeah, everything's going great. And what I'm gonna do now is get 2 empty buckets. Actually, you know what, let me get all of them. And I'm gonna fill it all up with water. So yeah, there's an infinite water source right here. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna go all the way over there and just fill every holes with water. There we go. So now every single hole is filled with water. And now if I press this, if I flick this lever, everything should turn into water. So I'm gonna try that. Alright, yes sir. Everything is turning into water. And now if I flick it back, it's all gonna turn into sand. Alright, that's actually really cool. Alright, so now that the whole floor thing is done, I'm gonna have to build the real thing. But first for that, we're gonna have to remove both of the 2 circles. And then if you know me, you should know that I again forgot to unmute my mic to talk after doing the task. But basically, after removing the 2 dirt rings, I basically dug a whole circle for stone bricks, because it's basically gonna be the path around this whole thing. But yeah, so with that being said, here's the time lapse. And then after that, between the path and before building the colosseum, the footage got corrupted and it's bye-bye. And I low-key forgot what I said at that time. But I still got the replays of when I made the colosseum. So enjoy this long montage thingy. Alright, so I am finally done. I think I've built for like 6 hours. And now, as you can see, the owner is online. And he's currently streaming. So what that means is we can get his reaction
in the stream later, okay? Wow! This is the first time I'm seeing the Colosseum, folks. Damn, son! Someone's been hard at work. This is looking pretty amazing. Holy freaking smokes, dude. This is gonna be a great area. Bro, this is cool, man. We'll have to go around and make the outside match this epic build. What up, Blueberry? Good to see you. Oh yeah, Blueberry. That's Blueberry, bro. Wow, bro, that's amazing. That is cool, folks. This is real life. You guys want some history right now? Let me know. Leave a like right now if you want some dope history. I wonder if the Romans who originally built the OG Colosseum would even be able to comprehend what I'm looking at right now, a virtual Minecraft game. Dude, that is a cool feature, I'm not gonna lie. We can have water battles on a boat. This build looks incredible. Thank you very much, Blueberry.
So as you guys saw in his reaction, he loved the Colosseum. But we're not done yet, because if you look at the outside, it just looks hideous. And it's not really good if it's right beside my old base. So what I want to do is replace all of the stone with grass, remove all of these, and make like some kind of stand town or whatever it is. Then I'm gonna have to connect the Colosseum with paths from here all the way to spawn, or just connected to some paths that are like right beside it, which is still quite far. And as you can see, it's quite far, but not too much, so it's gonna be great to make a new path. So the first thing I'm gonna do is clear up all of those shulkers because they're just in the way. Alright, so now that all of the shulkers are done, I want to remove everything except for this villager breeder. The reason for that is because I want to make stands over here with villagers in them, so it looks quite lively. But to make it work, we're gonna need a composter. So I think there's some in my old chest. Nope, there is none, but there is slab, so I can make a composter from this. Who's the one that's gonna get a job? There we go. And I'm gonna give you this and this. And whee! Then I gotta remove this to make sure that none of them drowns. And now the only thing left to do is to clear out this entire space. Alright, so everything is removed except for the villager breeder, in which they didn't pop any babies yet. But here, let me create a path. So basically I want a ginormous bridge going from over there to over here. And I want it to go like, maybe like zigzags maybe. And I want it to go from there and like just do a couple of turns, and then it's gonna lead straight to over there. So for those kind of bridges, I'm kind of hesitating between stone or dirt. Alright, so here's the thing. If I go right here, I'm gonna just do a temporary thing, but like, you know, or wait, actually with a mod, no random, yep. And now it's just gonna start placing some random stuff, and we could create some kind of path like this, but of course it doesn't look too good and it doesn't blend in with the grass. But one thing that we could do though is when we put some dirt like this, then some gravel like this, we get coarse dirt. I don't know what that means, but we have that. And basically what it does is it looks like dirt, but a bit blah, 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 blah. You know, there we go. So now it looks a bit like this, and then you can just stack, you know. And then after that, if we just do this, we're gonna get stone buttons. They can also play a role as pebbles, as you can see. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start digging like this. I'm just gonna create that path. Alright, so I kind of skipped a few steps, but I did finish the paths. Alright, so if you look closely, I finished the path right here. I think I'm gonna do like some waves. I still need to replace dirt or grass over here, but before I do more paths, I want to make sure that people knows where to build. So in the chat I'm gonna say everyone, try and get their attention. So as you can see right now, I have my tiny little stand, and there's this other guy building his, and there's gonna be a couple of players that's gonna build their own tiny stand, and I'm gonna create paths around it. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. Alright, so it has been a few days since I last recorded, but now look at so look at how much it has changed. So I want this place to be filled with community builds, so I'm not really gonna touch this anymore. All of these were built by some members of the community, except for this tiny thing and the pond right here. I also built those tiny little paths that does make it look quite good, and I'm gonna have to make a path that goes from there to all the way over here. That's gonna be for later because I love procrastinating. But now I need to make the shulkers with the full armor sets and everything. So Peyton made me those shulkers, so already with that we have like 5 armor sets, so that's the start of it. And for all these sets I want at least 2 stacks of cooked pork chops. So when I go to spawn, I can go on my food distributor, and since there's 5 sets, I want 10 stacks. So I'm gonna press this once, twice and basically press it like 10 times. So that's all that I need. So I'm gonna put 2 stacks in every shulkers, and then I need 2 stacks of cobwebs. So I already have a farm, but I lost my shears. So for these shears I want unbreaking, mending, fortune, and efficiency. I hope fortune actually works on shears. But anyways, let's enchant it with all of these. Fortune doesn't even work. So with that, I'm gonna rename it Blueberry MC1's Shears. Oh, so now all I'm gonna do is just some quick farming. But first, as you can see here, there's no web potions thingies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm at base right now, and right here there's just enough cobwebs. And if we go on my friend's base and we go over here, we can find a cool little brewing chamber. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press everything that I need, so this and this. But real quick, I wanna put this before. So now there's gonna be like this, and I'm gonna do the same over here. And basically I'm just gonna brew enough webbing potions thingies so that the farm is operational for a couple of times. Alright, so now I got all of the weaving potions, and I even got extra infested potions. So now all I need to do is press this button. Then when they're entity cramming, I just pull this. Then as you can see, they're just gonna drop some cobwebs. And if I wanted to speed up, and it's also a great source of XP. So now I'm just gonna farm for a couple of times trying to get 10 stacks of cobwebs. So after some farming, I got about this much cobwebs, which is not enough. And in other PvP kits, I'm gonna need a lot more cobwebs, so I'm gonna need to make a cobweb farm. But now I've got pretty much low storage, so I'm gonna have to make a part 2. So follow and stay tuned for part 2. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to get notified each time I upload something new. It was Blueberry. Ciao, ciao.